I'm here.
Great. Spooky, lights on, lights off.
Here.
Present.
Great.
Just a mic check though, because I unplugged the other one because my alarm broke.
You might want to turn your gain down a little bit, so it's more directed at your voice. It's a little hollow.
Yeah, I'm using the Blue Yeti, so I had to fix it a little bit.
No, just turn your gain like all the way to the left, if it's the Yeti that I'm thinking of, so that your arc of sound is just right in front of the mic, and you're not getting your room.
I'm actually just using my little earbuds tonight. Does this sound okay, or do
Yeah,
I
it's
sound
better.
Yeah.
You're sounding fine.
Yeah, Everybody sounds good.
Alex, you sound clear. Yeah, you sound much clearer, but you might want to choke up a little bit on the mic of it. Be a little closer to it. You can't sit far back from it if you have the gain turned that direction.
All right.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I am also using my Blue Yeti. Is the volume okay on it?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I should ask, how is my volume?
Your volume's good. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
My headset's Turtle Beach, but it's blue.
And it sounds good.
So it's a blue Turtle Beach?
It's a turtle blue.
It's a blue Turtle Beach.
Turtle Beach. Perfect.
Hey, mine is too.
There you go.
We'll just wait a little bit to see if Fiend does get in. I'd rather do start to finish with everybody.
Roger, roger. Okay.
Yes.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, right. You work as your boss is a very
He makes me get up
Okay, this is probably a dumb question. When we're coming on and off the stage, are we doing it like in a film walk where it's really slow when we're coming on, or are we supposed to be like zippity doo dah and get on that stage really quick?
Coming on the stage, you walk on, right?
Okay, like
but
your slow walk.
exiting the stage, you can just book it off.
Book it
as
off,
soon as the light gets shut off at the end of the last line of the scene, you just kind of like you book it off.
Oh, wait for the light to go off before you exit?
Yeah, unless like you exit during.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, during Macbeth, that's what we did too. We walked on. We walked on slow, and then as soon as the scene was over, we just kind of ran off. I think that's kind of fun too.
Yeah, it actually gives it a very real look. After watching, like our kids' plays and whatnot, it's kind of cool to see everything quickly change. Yeah.
All right, I'll remind everybody to make sure that your wardrobe changes are in your quick bar, as well as your weapons. So make sure if you wear a mask in the dancing scene, make sure you've got that all in your quick bar. It'll help you speed up your transitions. Also, switch to first person when you're acting, like Ray suggested, so that you can always face who you're speaking to.
My hands up.
Like your Wolfenstein.
I get confused.
Wolfenstein view.
I don't play Wolfenstein.
Doom? Where you see your hands and where you only see your hands.
Just you see your hand. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I bump into things with that view.
Hey guys, quick time check. It's after 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like Fiend just loaded.
Yeah, Fiend's just now loaded.
So we can get going.
Hopefully. Hey, it's Butcher. Look at that.
Okay.
Butcher with that on. Meat Butcher.
I think it's a carpenter's outfit.
So as far as tomorrow, sorry to interrupt. As far as tomorrow goes, at 8:30 or at 8:25, I'm going to start the Sonnet Festival. That gives us exactly 35 minutes to go live at 9 o'clock. So everybody should try to be on, just to be on, I would say, by like 8:30 at the latest to make sure you pass through queue and all that good stuff. And remember when you are, to mute yourself and unmute, obviously. But if you're watching the stream or you have it pulled up, make sure the sound is turned down.
I would highly advise not watching the stream.
I would too. Yeah.
We're actually active.
Tune in for the views, but just put it down so you're not looking at it.
Yeah, I just leave it up and then I minimize the window so that the view count is up.
So again, once I start that stream, we got to go live at 9, or else there'll be a big down pause. Okay, so everybody be present. All right, I'm going to mute myself now.
Fiend is in. We'll just wait for him to get in. Perfect, Spooky. So yeah, we all got into rock, paper, shotgun, which is a decently large publication in the UK.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty good.
It's a sister publication of Eurogamer.
Oh, well, that's even better if we got Eurogamer. Well,
yeah, they're kind of like a
hand thing.
Yeah, give it a day or two. It'll spread to other outlets too.
For sure.
Hey, maybe G4 will pick it up.
Oh, I hope so.
I mean, I've pitched this story to like absolutely everybody I could think of, like the New York Times, just anybody.
If we get picked up on New York Times, it'd be great.
I went through every single major news outlet that has like an arts and culture gaming section.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe Game Informer will pick it up too. That'd be nice.
We did get picked up by a Russian outlet, like seriously, and
oh, no.
I double checked a bunch of their other stories, and they were very propaganda-y, so I didn't share that one.
Nice.
Thanks for your interest. I really appreciate it. Please stop.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Please stop. Yeah.
A lot of commies in this game.
I fiend.
Yeah. I'm a commie.
Okay, silence on
Alright,
set.
everybody's here.
Can I get a voice check on Fiend? Nope, looks like he's off getting his stuff ready. We hear ya?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Sounds good.
Make sure you have all of your apparel changes in your hotbar and the weapons that you need for the scenes.
Okay. Let me see. I have my sword. Okay, good.
Alright.
Let me pull up the script here.
The script is very, very fun.
So I'll give a quick little introduction, and the cue to begin is we present to you Shakespeare's The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. That's the line before we start, before Scald.
Okay, so I'll give you like a 5-second count after you say that before I walk out.
We present to you Shakespeare's The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. And then,
Alright. Thank you very much.
And then, Spooky, the lights will go out after I say that, and then they'll come back on.
Hammer, you're gonna have to shift a little so I can get around you. Just
Sorry, man.
the machine.
Alright.
North center lights for you?
Yeah, you'll do light 2 for me.
Okay. Down, turn it off, and then you walk off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muting.
Alright. We shall begin. What's in a name? It is a question asked in tonight's performance of Romeo and Juliet live in the wasteland. Our world is one full of conflict, of strife, of petty differences settled through violent means. But must it be so? In this, our post-nuclear apocalyptic world, must we strive for greatness through might? Or is there another path before us? One of love and building up together. Of fighting for humanity rather than amongst ourselves. For the Wasteland Theatre Company, our world is a stage. And let our stage tonight explore the possibilities we have before us, in the hopes that we might inspire the people of the Wasteland to unite against the biggest threat to humanity since the bomb. The biggest threat is not what makes us different, but what divides us. We present to you Shakespeare's The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet.
Two factions, both alike in dignity, in West Virginia where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their factions' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their factions' rage, which, but for their children's end, naught could remove, is now the 1 hour's traffic of our stage. The which, if with which you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
Ha! A dog of the raiders moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that faction shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of the raiders.
Draw thy tool. Here comes two raiders. I frown as they pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Well, if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you. Draw if you be men.
Hark, fools! Put up your swords. You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benevolo. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to put these men with me, Tybalt.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all raiders in thee. Have at thee, coward!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor-stained steel, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of the Brotherhood. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word. By these settlers and raiders have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
See, where comes Romeo? Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
See, but news struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long.
But what sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love. What fray is this? This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, 'cause I'd rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Give liberty unto thy eyes. Examine other beauties.
He that is stricken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost.
I pay doctrine, or else die in debt.
But the raiders are bound as well as I in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for those so old as we to keep the peace.
Are you both? And pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lady, what say you to my suit?
But saying over what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
Woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, where I have invited many a guest such as I. Love and you are among the store. One more most welcome makes my number more. Go, servant. Trudge about through Charleston. Find those persons out whose numbers are written on this list and invite them to our house.
Good day, Dean. I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune in my misery.
I pray, can you read anything you see?
Stay, fellow, I can read. The leader of the settlers, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, a fair assembly, whither should they come?
to supper to our house.
Whose house?
My master's the great leader of the settlers, and if you be not a rater, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine.
At feast of the settlers, sup the fair Rosaline, who thou lovest, with all the admired beauties of Appalachia. Go thither, and the unattained eye. Compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now, by my maidenhead at 12 years old, I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
How now, nurse, who calls?
Your mother.
Madame, I'm here. What is your will?
Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. The valiant knight Paris of the Brotherhood seeks you for his love. What say you? Can you love this gentleman? Speak briefly. Can you like of knight Paris's love?
I'll look to like if looking liking move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
The guests are come.
Give me a torch, Mercutio. I am not for this ambling.
Nay, gentle Romeo. We must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes. I have a soul of lead.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings. Soar with them above a common bound.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come knock and enter.
A torch for me. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
So did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then, I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies.
Oh, peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkst of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, which is as thin of substance as the air, more inconstant than the wind, who woos
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin his fearful date. Direct my sail, on, lusty gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen, ladies. Aha, my mistresses. Which of you will now deny the dance? She that makes dainty. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, a hall. Give room and foot it, girls.
What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight? Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a raider. Fetch me my rapier. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face? Auntie, this is a raider, our foe.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee till it. Let him alone.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What good man? Boy, I say he shall.
Why, Aunt, 'tis a shame.
Be quiet. Or, more light, more light. For shame, I'll make you quiet.
Oops. Sorry. Excuse me.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, my gentle fine is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, stand ready to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too?
Hi, pilgrim, lips that they misuse in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. From my lips, by yours, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips. Trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madame, your mother craves a word with you.
Oh, what is her mother?
Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter, that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the cheeks.
Is she a settler? Oh, God. Dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Mute.
Gamer?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The Yeti all of a sudden stopped working. Alright, I'll do it. I'll start it. Come hither.
Mm-hmm.
Come hither, nurse. Go ask his name if he be married. Oh, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a raider, the only son of your greatest enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
Anon, anon, come, let's away, the strangers are all gone.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved, and loves again, alike betwitched that by the charms of looks, but to his foes supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. But passion lends them power, time means, to meet tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out. Oh, but soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon.
Ay, me.
Oh, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a settler.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a raider. What's a raider? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a raider?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. In truth, fair raider, I'm too fond.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that tips with silver all these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Oh, good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again.
Oh, Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet raider, be true. Stable a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed night, I am a feared being in night. All this is but a dream, too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy proposed marriage, send me word tomorrow, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, dear my lord, throughout the world.
Madame!
By and by I come. Oh, to cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send 1,000 times good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Good morrow, Father.
Oh, our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight. Where hast thou been?
I'll tell thee ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy.
Be plain, good son.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of the leader of the settlers. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine.
In one respect, I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your faction's rancor to pure love. Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight? Not to his father's? I spoke with Tybalt, the kinsman of the old settler leader, has sent a letter to his father's house. A challenge on my life. Romeo will answer it. Ah, alas, poor Romeo. He's already dead. Tybalt is more than a prince of cats, I can tell you. Oh, he is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house, of the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal Passado.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper. A bawd, a bawd, a bawd. So ho! Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell.
My young lady bids me inquire you out. But first let me tell ye, the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Bid her devise some means to come to church this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Lawrence cell be married.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
Commend me to thy lady.
Ah, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. Ah, nurse, is thy news good or bad? Answer to that?
Lord, have my head! How it aches! What a head I have!
What says he of our marriage? What of that? What says Romeo?
Go you hence to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife.
High to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
So, smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine. Ah, Juliet, let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
My true love is grown to such excess I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves you shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate two into one.
The day is hot, the settlers abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape the brawl.
Come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in the wasteland, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
By my head, here comes the settlers.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good day. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels?
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw to some private place, for reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze upon us.
Men's eyes were made to look. Let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage. To such a greeting, villain, I am none. Therefore, farewell. I see thou know'st me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good settler, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat-catcher. Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have of me?
Oh, good king of cats. Nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Oh, General Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, you passado.
Draw, Benvolio. Beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, Tybalt, Mercutio. The Brotherhood expressly hath forbidden branding in Charleston streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio.
Oh, I am hurt. Oh, a plague on both your factions. I am sped. What? Is he gone? And hath nothing?
What? Art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you will find me a grave man. A plague or both your factions. Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague or both your factions. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. A plague or both your factions.
With Tybalt slander, Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman. Oh, sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper soft.
O Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead.
Ah, this day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt, back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again. That last thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy, that didst consort him here. Shout with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone. The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The Brotherhood will doom thee death.
I am fortune's fool.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, who Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, blade him bethink. Of Tybalt death to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel that bold Mercutio's breast.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes, but that the law should end the life of Tybalt.
For that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last.
Come, gentle knight. Come, loving, black-browed knight. Give me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. Now, nurse, what news?
Oh, what a day. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We're all undone, lady. We're all undone.
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? If he be slain, say aye. If not, no.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt. Oh, courageous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
Is Romeo slaughtered and Tybalt dead? My dear loved cousin and my dear lord?
Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Romeo is banished? Romeo is banished? There's no end, no limit, measure bound. In that word's death, no words can woe that sound. Come, cords, come, nurse, all to my wedding bed. And death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Go to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. Your Romeo will be here at night.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike
Father,
imminent.
What news? What's the prince's
Please
doom?
exit the area at your earliest convenience.
A gentler judgment banished from his lips.
Thank you for your
Not
cooperation.
body's death, but body's banishment.
Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell. 'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not.
I come from Lady Juliet.
Speak'st thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps.
Go. Get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence, and comfort her. Romeo is coming.
these times of woe afford no time to woo, your madame. Good night, and commend me to your daughter.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me, nay, more. I doubt it not. I will bid her mark you me on Thursday next.
My lady, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Almost. Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Madame, your mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then, window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Oh, thinkest thou shall we ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morning, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the Brotherhood Knight Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
He shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at his haste that I might wed. I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris.
Is you not proud? Does you not count blessed, and worthy as you are, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be your bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
Thank me no thankings, nor proud me no proud, but fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither.
Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or, if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I shall not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, ancient damnation! All to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
The leader of the settlers will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not. Look, sir, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
Juliet, on Thursday early I will rouse ye. Till then, adieu. And keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past cure, past help.
If, rather than to marry knight Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that copest with death himself to scape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Bid me leap rather than marry knight Paris, from off the battlements of yonder tower.
Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I shall watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to the wasteland, and shall free thee from this present shame. In this resolve I'll send a friar with speed to the wasteland, with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
See where she comes from, church with merry look. How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition. Henceforth, I am ever ruled by you.
What ho! I will walk myself to knight Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light since the same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heart of life. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Go, awaken Juliet. I'll go and chat with knight Paris. Make haste, the bridegroom, he is come already. Make haste, I say.
Mistress! What mistress? Juliet! Why, lamb, fie, you slug-a-bed! Alas, help! My lady's dead! Oh, well a day that's ever I was born! My lord, my lady!
Oh, me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, help, call help. Her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him.
Most detestable death! O love, O life! Not life, but love and death.
Dry up your tears, and, as the custom is, in all her best array, bear her to church.
Or maybe it's like slip away when...
I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think. Oh, news from Charleston? How now, Abraham? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? How fares my Juliet? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Settler's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars! Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Mischief! Thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of a desperate man. I do remember an apothecary. Hereabouts he dwells. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold, there is 40 caps. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Wasteland's law is deaf to any. He that utters them.
There's 40 caps.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off, and you, if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Come cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Holy cultist, friar, brother, ho!
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from the wastelands. What says Romeo? Or, if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
I could not send it. Here it is again, nor get a messenger to bring it to thee.
Unhappy fortune. That letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import. And the neglecting it, may do much danger. Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe, thy canopy is dust and stone.
Hold, take this letter. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you. For all this same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haughty raider that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed a fair creature died. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile raider.
Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Put not another sin upon my head, by urging me to fury. Be gone!
I do defy thy conjurations, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight. I'll go call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb and lay me with Juliet.
Oh, my love, my wife. Death hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Arms, take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love. I drink. Oh, true apothecary. My drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss. That ain't right.
You're right.
Oh, it showed me laying like perpendicular to the bed, like out into the thing. So I was sorry. Did it show up like that for everybody else? Because it did it earlier. I just want to know.
Romeo. Oh, pale. Who else? What? Knight Paris, too? And steeped in blood. The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord?
I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where is my Romeo?
Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead, and thy Paris too. Stay not the question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go. Get thee hence, for I will not away. What's there? A cup? Closed in my true love's hand? Poison I see hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop. To help me after, I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them. I kiss you. Mwah. Thy lips are warm. O happy dagger, there rest, and let me die. Ugh.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
The people in the streets cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some knight Paris, and all run with open outcry towards our monument.
Sovereign, here lies the knight Paris slain, and raider Romeo dead, and settler Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Oh heavens! Look how my daughter bleeds.
Come, leader of raiders, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief at my son's exile has stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught, what manners is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Bring forth the parties of suspicion. Say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, and for whom, not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce to knight Paris. Then she comes to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage, or in my cell there she would kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come, as this dire night, to help take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone, at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came, some minute ere the time of her waking, here untimely lay the noble knight Paris, and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth, and bear this work of heaven with patience. But she, too desperate, would not go with me, but as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
Well, I brought Master news of Juliet's death.
Give me the letter, I will look on it. Their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Settlers? Raiders? See what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, brother Raider, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning. With it brings the sun, for sorrow will not show its head. Go hence, to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
I had that at an hour and 15 minutes.
I was gonna say it was about an hour, about 80 minutes, I'd say.
Yep, start to finish. I timed it right as the first word was spoken.
Also, Duet, you did a fucking awesome job.
Yeah, no, that was
John at the end. That was really good.
everybody really got into the comfort factor there in about the 10-minute mark. It really started to flow nicely. Didn't feel choppy. So it was solid after about the 10-minute mark.
You know, it flowed very well tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right, everybody come out front.
It's getting real.
For tomorrow, we'll all walk off like we did stage left. We'll give it a minute, not a minute. We'll give it like 5 seconds or so, and then we'll all come back on stage right and just kind of fan out like across. And then I'll see what I can do to get rid of these things in time.
So we should all come back on stage right?
Yeah, we'll all come back on this kind of stage right. So basically we'll exit and then go around and then come back out. Exit left.
That makes sense.
Right. And we'll do that nice and quick.
As far as rolling the credits, at what point are you going to be saying some words prior or once you all come back on?
I don't think I'll say anything. I think we'll all just kind of
come out. Okay.
Come out, and we'll all be like, thank you, wave, and then you can just kind of like.
Yeah, I'll cut to credits. Okay.
To credits, yeah.
All right.
Let us all give a wave, and then you can.
Yeah.
I don't have a closing speech.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just kind of, when you guys start emoting, I'm going to kind of just pan in and kind of go across each of you at a little bit more of a close-up level. So just keep your emotes going, and I'll stroll across, and then I'll just cut to the stream. If you guys are watching, you'll see it cut to the credits, and once the credits are over, there will be no more words said. It will go dark after that.
And I have a couple quick comments.
Yep.
One, Bram, good job on jumping on lines when other lines weren't said.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what was happening. My mic was not unmuting.
That's okay. But, Bram says it's okay if that happens. If something messes up on your lines, just whoever's next, give them a few seconds, and then if it's too much of an awkward pause, then do what Bram did and just hit the next line.
Yeah, it actually, I don't think you could even notice in that one section, because...
No, it wasn't noticeable. And Juliet, there's this weird moment where you and Bram are up here doing your, at the house party, where you were still doing the robot dance throughout that entire
floating above the bed.
Yeah, you were.
Like swimming.
So can I jump in right there?
Yeah.
Regardless of what you guys see, it's irrelevant. What matters is what Ray sees for locked emotes. And so since I sit right behind him, I will try to cue. That's why I cued Bram the one time, because he was stuck. He wasn't stuck on my screen. So just because you might see somebody stuck doesn't mean that Ray sees somebody stuck.
Right.
So
and on the alternative of that as well, sometimes you'll be stuck.
So I can do that.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be stuck in an emote that you're not going to see, but it shows up on the camera mode, and it's the biggest pain in the ass for filming. And there's not going to be a way to really there was a few times where
it has to be me that does it.
Yeah, where Romeo was literally in an emote just skating around on the floor, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Normally, the way we solve it is we either come out of camera mode or have the player go into arm themselves, and then. But it is what it is.
Right. So Ray can't drop out of camera mode since when he's filming,
it'll break immersion.
It'll break. Yeah. So just keep an eye on Discord. If he or I tag you in the channel and we're like, you're stuck. Obviously, there's not much you can do when you're on stage. We'll try to just alert you when you're off the stage, and then you can just draw a weapon behind the screen there.
And ultimately, if we don't get through to you, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The show carries on.
It just works.